Saludos amigos de las redes, esto es Noticias de Último Minuto. Señores, presentaron al soppechoso de la muerte de la ciudadana india, residente en los Estados Unidos, en una audiencia tratando de recuperar su pasaporte para de una forma u otra regresar a los Estados Unidos, cosa que es improbable que pase porque aunque exista una declaración supuestamente de fallecimiento de la joven, se necesita un cadáver para poder justificar un crimen o mínimo unos 5 años, cosa que no ha pasado ninguno de los dos. No hay cuerpo, no hay nada, y obviamente él no puede ser agarrado y extraditado a los Estados Unidos para enjuiciarlo allá, porque la República Dominicana no tiene jurisdicción legal en los Estados Unidos ni viceversa. Estados Unidos no tiene jurisdicción legal en la República Dominicana. Existen tratados de extradición. Me explico. Si usted comete un crimen en Estados Unidos y usted es dominicano y usted salió corriendo para la República Dominicana, lo pueden traer extraditado,
maybe we can show that court shot one more time. These are live pictures right now from the Dominican Republic. As again, that person who was named as a person of interest, Joshua Rib, is seeking to get his passport back, to travel back to the United States so he can get back to his life. And you see the family there saying that they don't believe that he was involved in what they are saying is the death of their daughter. Joining us now is international law professor at Cleveland State University, Melina Stereo, with us. Horrific to hear that family. The woman believed to be, or the man rather, believed to be the last to have been seen with that missing Loudoun County student Sudishka Kananki appearing in court. This is video from the Dominican Republic. This is coming in the last hour. That's Joshua Rib trying to get access to his passport. Remember, his passport was taken away from him as Sudishka was reported missing. He is trying to leave the Dominican Republic and come back to the United States, and of course he'll need his passport for that. It all comes as the Loudoun County family is now asking Dominican Republic officials to declare her dead, even though her body has yet to be found. Today we heard from her family for the first time.
It is with deep sadness and heavy. Nana. And heavy heart that we are coming to the terms with the fact that our daughter has drowned. This is incredibly difficult for us to process. We kindly ask you to keep our daughter in your prayers. We still have 2 young children to care of her.
This is tragic.
That was Sudishka's family today. The Loudoun County Sheriff's Office also releasing a statement this afternoon, which in part reads the Sudishka family has expressed their belief that she drowned, while a final decision to make such a declaration rests with authorities in the Dominican Republic. We will support the Kananki family in every way possible. Again, maybe we can show that court shot one more time. These are live pictures right now from the Dominican Republic, as again, that person who was named as a person of interest, Joshua Rib, is seeking to get his passport back, to travel back to the United States so he can get back to his life. And you see the family there saying that they don't believe that he was involved in what they are saying is the death of their daughter. Joining us now is international law professor at Cleveland State University, Melina Stereo, with us. Horrific to hear that family. You can't even put yourself in their shoes, because it absolutely, they don't have a body, they don't have final closure, but they are, given the evidence that we have at this hour, believe that she did drown. Is it that easy to ask for a declaration of death?
No, it is certainly not easy to ask for a declaration of death, but however horrific that might be, there might be advantages for the family to have closure and to be able to have legal closure in particular, because if she is declared dead, then the family can proceed to make arrangements in the United States. And so however horrific that might seem, there might be legal reasons as to why the family would like to have this declaration of death.
Does this declaration have anything to do with the ongoing investigation, though? Does it have any impact on this investigation?
No, I believe that it does not, because the investigation is being carried out by the authorities of the Dominican Republic. It is true that the local sheriff's office has offered to provide support, but the U.S. sheriff obviously has no jurisdiction in the Dominican Republic. And so the declaration of death is simply for the purposes of the family here in the United States to be able to make legal arrangements and other arrangements. It has no impact on the investigation in the Dominican Republic.
Got you.
So I imagine, I mean, as horrible as it sounds, you don't know what happened to your daughter. There is no body to offer any sort of autopsy to look for some clues or answers. Is this it? Is this where the road ends? We see Joshua Ribb, that person of interest, at court getting his passport back. He'll fly back to the United States. The Dominican Republic authorities, they have no authority here. I mean, is this the end of the road?
Yes and no. It might be that Joshua, very unlikely that the United States would extradite a U.S. citizen to a foreign country. In that situation, if there's solid evidence that he has committed a crime in the Dominican Republic, the United States could also go ahead and launch an investigation and a possible prosecution. So, in other words, it ends for now, but it might not end forever. There might be further legal proceedings if there's evidence uncovered that Joshua Ribb actually committed a crime.
Gotcha. It is, I mean, I'm sitting here trying to grapple with this, and I haven't seen this often. Do you often see things like this where a family just says, okay, listen, let's just go to the press and say, we want to declare our child gone?
It is fairly unusual. Obviously, this is going to be specific and different for each family. It is understandable why different families would react differently in this type of a situation. Yeah. But it is true sometimes when people go missing that families prefer to have closure for lots of legal reasons. They would like to be able to make arrangements here in the United States. It is completely understandable as to why they would want to have her declared dead, which obviously we all hope that she's not. But legally speaking, there might be solid reasons as to why to proceed this way.
And one last thing, even though I imagine a court will have to say, yes, we will declare a death like you have asked us, if there were to be any sort of evidence or probable cause that something else happened, unknown what, they could reopen the investigation and turn that back?
Absolutely. Dominican Republic authorities can always reopen the investigation. As you said earlier, at that point, it's going to be a question of being able to arrest the suspect again, assuming that it's Joshua Ribb. It could be someone else. We really don't know as of this point. But if it were to be him, if there were to be evidence uncovered that it's him, then the Dominican authorities could reopen the investigation and they could ask the United States to extradite him back to the Dominican Republic so that he can actually be detained and arrested and prosecuted there.
So there is a recourse there. Yeah. Milena, thank you so much for breaking that down for us today as we get that word there from the family. Incredibly impactful hearing them speak there. All right, let's